Good morning. Happy Challenge Me Tuesday. I wanted to come on live with you this morning very quickly, again, because I had another wave of inspiration, and it was all about making connections authentically, because interestingly enough, I was approached on LinkedIn and somebody wanted to connect, which, as you know, LinkedIn is a social networking platform for professionals. Therefore, the idea is that you do connect. Hey, Hannah, thanks for joining. Just distracted, hi, your lovely comment. So I'm talking about how to make authentic and honest connections online, because this morning I was connected with on LinkedIn, and of course it's a social professional platform, so you expect that people are going to pitch and sell and things like that. But from seasoned professionals, which is what I would expect on LinkedIn, the wave of connection that I got was not what I wanted, and it wasn't how I would build an authentic connection, and I just thought I would share it with you, really. So the person that connected with me on LinkedIn literally sent me a message and said, hey, I would love to connect with you. We've got a lot of mutual friends, a lot of mutual connections, so let's connect. And I said, yep, thank you, lovely to connect with you too. It'd be lovely to, follow your profile. And then boom, next email was, hey, I have this amazing offer for coaches like you who don't have enough clients and can't sell and this, that, and the other, and want to make their X figures in business. And I was like, thanks, honey, I'm out. It just isn't the right way to build a relationship with somebody first off the bat, even when you're in somewhere like LinkedIn and it's all about making professional networks. It's not about pitching. So I just thought I'd share a couple of things, because I've made some amazing connections, honestly, some amazing connections on Facebook, just through liking a page and commenting and messaging somebody and requesting to be their friend. But the difference that sets me apart, I think, in those instances was firstly my intention. My intention was not scouring Facebook or Instagram or any of those types of places looking for my next pitch or my next sale or my next person. I literally was looking at Facebook. I saw some of my friends had liked a post. I liked the way the person wrote the post. We had a lot of friends in common. I thought, I'm going to reach out. I'm just going to say, I love that post. That was really awesome. It really spoke to me. This is why. And that person really appreciated that feedback, that connection, and we became friends. And I've done that lots of times. And it's not about making the next sale. My intention has always been genuinely to make a connection with a person, because I like what they do, I vibe with their stuff. There's nothing else after that. There's no, and maybe we could work together, or, and maybe this could happen. If all of that's meant to happen, it will happen. So don't force it, don't push it, and don't think about it or overthink it. Literally, go in with the intention of connecting for a reason that is meaningful to you. And I've got a few other things. So that's the big one. The big one is just to connect with somebody because you want to connect with them. So I'd love to know, those of you that are online with me at the moment, say hi, let me know who you are, where you are, and let me know if this has happened to you, if somebody's connected with you just for the sake of trying to sell you something. I can't imagine it hasn't happened to anyone. And how did it make you feel? How did it make you feel? I'd love to know that as well. Because it does happen a lot. It happens quite often. It happens a lot to me. It happens a lot to people that I know. And I'm not saying there's anything necessarily wrong with it. It's different ways of being with different people. I get that completely. But as you guys are my people, I'm guessing that you kind of resonate with where I'm going and what I'm saying, and would like to make authentic, heartfelt connections with people that are just more than a sale, And I think that's the difference. People are genuinely very intelligent emotionally, whether they understand it or not. And they know how you make them feel. Part of your branding should always be about how you make somebody feel. And when you make somebody feel great, they're going to remember you, and they're going to know that that is synonymous with who you are and what your brand is all about. It's so critical. So connect for a reason and leave it at that. Have a genuine, honest intention for why you're connecting. Gosh, there's a lot of people on. Thank you. Hey, Mum. Hey, Hannah again. Yes, that has happened to me. Sometimes it feels authentic and other times it has been pushy. Yes. Yes. And I think that depends on how they made you feel and how the conversation or the relationship developed. And let's just, you know, we want to build a relationship. We want to build a connection. People need to understand us in order to really vibe with what we're doing and what we're about, and to want to talk about what we do and how we've changed or impacted their lives. That's the crux of it, you know, and that only comes from honest, authentic connections from a place of good intentions, not thinking this is my next sale. So intention is one of them. Hey, Catherine, thank you so much for joining. I'm on another rampage this morning, all about making honest, authentic connections online with ease, and just a few things not to do. So when you make a new connection with somebody, the next thing that you should be doing is adding value to their life. You know, you should be setting the tone of how you want your relationship to go by adding value, you know, by becoming connected with somebody whose post you like, with what they're doing. That makes such a difference, and sharing that with them really encourages vulnerability, openness, lets them know where you're coming from, and adds value to their life, adds value to their business, adds value to whatever it is that they're doing out in the world through your confirmation that it reached you. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're open for a sale, but if you then add value to them in one way or another by sharing another similar post or a comment, you know, on an article that you've read, it doesn't have to be anything you've done, but there must be a way of adding value to that person's life. You know, that's how we build relationships. Give value away freely. I'm all for that. So add value, but don't pitch. You know, don't say, hey, I've got this great freebie that I think would be awesome for you, because that is not going to add value to their lives in an authentic way when you've only just met somebody. It's going to feel like a sales pitch. So try not to do something along those lines. Try and give some genuine value added. Okay, I'm going straight in with the no-no. I was trying to do all the positive stuff of what you should do and then what you shouldn't do. So don't add people to your groups. All right, without asking them if they want to become a part of your group and why you think they'd be a good fit. So why you're actually choosing them and inviting them personally, that's different. That's, again, potentially adding value by saying, hey, I've got a group. It's all about this stuff. I think you'd be really great in there to actually add value to some of the other people in there as well and have good conversations, create some engagement. You know, it's a win-win. So don't always be about what you can get from that person. Think about what you can give to that person. You know, building other people up, honestly, makes such an amazing influence. So don't add people to your group, but invite them, hand select them, choose them, and then say, hey, I'd love you as a part of my group because you're totally my type of person. I love what you bring to the table. Don't bombard them with questions. Okay, when you meet someone in person, you don't go, how many kids do you have? Do you have any pets? What about your business? What do you do with those people? How do you add value to this place? Where were you last on holiday? What's your favorite type of food? It's not like, oh, all too much too soon. It's a gentle to and fro over a period of time, building a relationship and building a connection. Again, you can't rush these things. You have to let them unfold naturally. So allow the relationship to develop over time with, you know, a few questions here and there, but don't just come in with all the questions in one post or one message, you know, and just overwhelm that person. You know, give a little, tell them, and this is my next thing, is share something authentic about you. Actually let them get to know you. Again, we're setting the tone for how you want the relationship to be. What are your boundaries for creating a friendship, you know, a relationship, be it collaborative or eventually a working relationship? whatever it might be, think about sharing something authentic about yourself, so that they know that you're genuinely, you know, you're actually matching the vibration of your intention that you set, which was to connect with somebody who's like-minded, who is of a similar frequency, who you think seems pretty cool and has a lot of mutual friends. The other thing I would recommend is, you know, use voice notes. Let them actually hear your voice. People can hear and detect so much emotion through your conversation, through talking, through your voice, and that in itself is amazing. I use that all the time. You know, it's a lot of different things for me, but you know, it really shows that you care, because you're doing something so personal as not to just type it out. I mean, a VA could be typing out on your messages, but to hear your voice is personal. You've put time, you've put effort into it. It also means that you can converse. It feels more like a conversation as opposed to, you know, typing out messages, which is lovely. And it's easier to speak to somebody with your authentic voice as opposed to just typing. And it's just a really nice touch that lets them get to know you through a different means, an audio means, as opposed to just being a profile on a social media page. So don't, people know when they're being led. Okay, people know when they're being led to a pitch or to a sale. So again, this comes back to setting your intention at the beginning and letting whatever happens is going to happen. But your intention is being something honest, reliable, with good heart, and, you know, authentic connections. That's the difference. People will understand and will know the difference between the two. And also you will know the difference between the two. You won't come across as easy as just having a general chit chat with somebody as you will have done, you know, sharing something that is authentic, adding value, you know, doing things a little bit differently. People know when you have a genuine intention and when you're trying to sell them something, and you will know. So you won't come across as authentically as you would like to. So you won't be matching the vibration of your intention, and things will just likely fall south. Catherine, hey, Alison, I may not be able to stay for the whole life, having a quick early lunch. Yes, I agree with not too many questions. Balance. People may not want to disclose, share a lot of stuff initially, or that's personal to them about why they're choosing. Exactly. You're totally spot on. You know, this is why we go first. We set the boundaries with what we say. We create this honest and open dialogue that is reasonable, that is respectable, that is of a vibrational match to the intention that we've set, which is to make an honest and authentic connection. So thank you so much, Catherine. That's an awesome insight. So be curious and take your time. You don't have to win immediately with that individual, you know, that day. Just having them accept your friend request is actually enough, you know? So treat people how you would like to be treated. Please do not, I don't know how else to say this term anymore, but don't ghost them. You know, don't just jump online and talk about, you know, adding value, being authentic, and then, you know, you're gone and they don't hear from you for 48 hours. That in itself speaks volumes. We don't just walk away from somebody as they're talking to us when they're in person, so we shouldn't be doing it online either. You know, one of the things that I find is I connect with people now all over the world, and time differences are huge. So obviously, if a conversation is not going the way that you want it to go, just say, thanks very much. You know, it's bedtime here, it's nighttime, it's dinner time, it's whatever time. I've got to go to work, I've got to do this, and you leave the conversation. Or you let them know that you're, you know, out of that conversation, but you'll get in touch with them again soon. So just don't leave people hanging, waiting for responses from you, because it makes you look as though you don't finish what you start. And also it seems ever so unprofessional. And that is not the way to build an honest, authentic relationship. So I have made some amazing relationships and friendships on social media, and I'm really, really grateful. One of them would be, actually a lot of them would be, So Leah Vendrimi, the gorgeous Elevate Your Style stylist, we met online. I saw one of her posts. I thought it was awesome. I made a comment and she replied and it made us both laugh. So I friend requested her and then we carried on talking. And we just talked and talked and talked because we were both with the same good humor. We added value to each other. And, you know, we constantly stay in touch now. And the relationship has built loads. I've become her client. So she's my stylist, which is amazing. Don't judge me today, Leah, if you see this. You know, and she's made referrals to me because she knows my business inside out now. So I've had people come through from her. She's also done a guest expert masterclass in my group. You know, I mean, this is the kind of value that you add. You never know where a connection is going to take you. I didn't connect with her, as one example, because I was looking for a stylist. I definitely didn't connect with her because I thought she'd be my client. I genuinely had the honest intention of connecting because I liked what she did, thought she was awesome. We had a lot of mutual friends, and then we just connected and it was lovely. So it's rolled on to lots of working together and amazing collaborations and such like, which is great. But it definitely started out as an honest, authentic connection and blended into something more where we can support each other's businesses because we actually genuinely love what each other does and what we stand for, because we've shown each other the pillars of our personality and our business. And it's we can honestly say it's with honesty and integrity and authenticity that we made a genuine connection. It's gone really well from there. My phone is pinging off the hook. So, hey, Christina. Hey, Michelle. Thank you so much for joining. So how to make honest, authentic connections online with ease, and a few things that you shouldn't do. So let me just recap. Have an intention of a genuine, honest connection, okay? Connect for a reason and share it with that person. Tell them why you want to connect with them. Don't just connect for no reason. You know, everyone that joins the Conscious Creation community, I connect with them in person because it's my group. I love this group. I want to add a lot of value in this group, but I want a lot of people that I understand so that I know what they need. You know, so connecting with them personally lets them know that I'm not just running another group. This is important to me. I like to add value and I like to receive value from people around what works for them or doesn't work for them. So connecting with the individuals who are in this group is really critical to me and is in line with my business structure, is in line with my personal values and ethics, and is very important. So that's a genuine intention around making those connections. So the next thing, add value, okay? Add value. Don't go straight for a pitch. Please do not pitch things, you know? Offer to give as much value as you possibly can, you know, make comments, make statements, engage, but do not pitch. People don't want to be pitched to. Share what you do, why you love doing what you do, and then if people want to know about it, they'll ask you for more. But share the love of what you do and why you do it, not that you're looking for the next client, customer, or sale. Okay, don't add people to your groups. Selectively choose them if you think they'd be a good fit. But if you've got your group set up and people are aware that you have a group and they're able to join, then it's their prerogative to actually make that decision. But if you want that particular person in your group for a reason, then that's great. You know, invite them. But again, tell them why you're inviting them, why you're handpicking them personally to come into your group. Don't just add them. Invite them and wait for their response. Don't bombard people with questions or freebies. You know, don't imagine this is a social interaction where you're in person. You know, it's nice to have a back and forth of communication, you know, to know that the other person is still interested in communicating with you, you know, that they're actually there and they're actually finding the connection relevant and that you're both getting something of interest. It should be fun connecting with these amazing people all across the world. We're so fortunate to have this opportunity now. So be curious, take your time. Okay, be really curious about the other person, you know, curious about why they do what they do. What was it that intrigued you about them in the first place? People know when they're being led, so do not lead them to an outcome. Just have your intention, set it at the beginning before you make the connection, and stick with it. Know what is enough to fulfill that intention. The universe and everything else will take care of whatever is meant to happen thereafter. Okay. Share something authentic about yourself. So set the boundaries and the tone for the relationship. I mean, don't go all in and use it as a counseling session by any stretch. Hey, Michaela, Michelle, love this crew. Awesome. So I. So where was I up to? Share something authentic about yourself. Yes, don't treat it like a counseling session where you offload. You know, there is a boundary where you honestly share something lovely and different about yourself, maybe something that resonated with you and how you connected with that person and why. Maybe that would be enough, but there'll definitely be something that you have there that you can share authentically about yourself to set the tone for the connection with that person and to allow them to see that you are honestly making a genuine connection. Imagine a lot of people getting a lot of friend requests and people not following up. You know, it's different when people actually genuinely make a connection for an honest and heart-led reason. So treat people how you would like to be treated. Don't ghost them. Don't leave them hanging. You know, finish a conversation. Say, I'm afraid I have to go now. I've got other things that I need to do, but it's been lovely talking to you, you know, and we'll catch up again soon. And then do check in again soon. Don't just say that and then leave it. You know, this is how you build that trust factor, that know, like ability, that, you know, this is, when you're in a purposeful business, you are your brand. Everything that you do in terms of making a connection with people will impact and influence them. So you need to remember how you are showing that authentic self and what that means to you. So, okay, very quickly, set your intention for an honest connection. Leave it at that. Add value, do not pitch. Don't add people to your groups. Purposefully choose them and invite them and tell them why, and then let them decide. Don't bombard them with questions or give them your freebies without them asking. Be curious. Take your time with that individual. Allow the conversation to move around. People know when you're leading them. Share something authentic about yourself, set the tone, set the boundaries, and treat people how you'd like to be treated. Do not ghost them. And please, please, please do not make assumptions about them either. Okay, if you're curious about something, ask. So a coach, when I started this live, go back to the beginning and have a quick look, but this all started because I got invited to connect on LinkedIn, which is your professional networking platform. So of course you're expecting some sales and some pitches, but I got an email from a lady saying, hey, you know, this is what I do. I'd love to connect with you. I see we have loads of friends in common. So, you know, let's connect. And I wrote back and said, that's lovely. Love to see what you're doing. And, you know, yes, lovely to connect. I do see we have a lot of friends, blah, 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 done. So I wasn't expecting anything next. And then the next thing I got was, hey, don't know if you're interested, but, you know, I run coaching courses for people who can't sell, don't make money, want to get their next high ticket client, blah, 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 blah. So basically assuming that I haven't got my business sorted, that I can't make sales, that I, you know, all these things. And I just thought, oh, I felt quite affronted. But that was my response. It had nothing to do with, you know, what she was doing. She was doing what she needs to do, which is to pitch and sell her business. But she's clearly not my type of person, because that's not the way that I go about these things. And it's not the way that I would like to be, to receive that kind of information. So that's what led me on to this, you know, to help you understand how to genuinely make honest connections and to leave it in the lap of the gods as to where that connection takes you. You know, it might make you your new business bestie. It might make you your next client. It might make you somebody else's next client. Either way, it's going to work out the way that it's meant to work out. But go into this new connection with an incredible sense of intention for adding value to somebody's life and for thanking them for some value that they might have added to yours. You know, let's be genuine, heart-led, and honest about these connections that we make, because that is critical when you are building a sustainable business and you're building your brand around who you are, how you show up, how you connect, the relationships that you build. Because, you know, we all have businesses, and what we need to keep our businesses going is people, you know, clients, customers, sales, procurement, whatever it is. People generate all of that stuff. So your relationship and people building skills are absolutely second to none. You know, these are critical components for how you can build and grow your audience and your business authentically with heart and stay true to you. Okay, Catherine. Oh, you're still with me. You're very good. Yes, always assume only that you are dealing with an adult who has their own skills and their own agency to make decisions. Totally agree. Assuming people need help before they have asked for it doesn't build connection. Exactly. It really doesn't. You know, and I'm sure it felt very much like this is a copy and paste response that is just sent, you know, and eventually one will hit the nail on the head. And again, that's something I don't do, which is why when I mentioned earlier about doing the voice memos, you know, you can't copy and paste that. That's authentic. That's in the moment. That's genuine, you know? So do all of these things. And I would, okay, here you go, coach's challenge for today. Challenge you Tuesday, people. A little bit off topic, but I would love you to actually reach out and make a connection with a new person today. Authentically, heart-led, with these ideas in mind. You know, follow these cues, take from them what you will, and then let me know on this post how that goes for you. Let me know how it made you feel making a genuine heart-led connection with somebody without the copy and paste response posts that, you know, don't meet somebody where you want to genuinely and authentically meet them. All right, so anyway, I've got to go. I've got an appointment. But have a happy Tuesday. Make some awesome connections. And I'm very grateful to have been connected with all of you guys. So thank you so much for making this community as epic as it is. And have a happy Tuesday. See you later. Bye.